What's up, raw babes? And today I'm giving you very much raw. By the thumbnail, you already know it's going to be a raw tutorial, so let's just jump right into it. We have our beautiful model here today, and you guys have seen her before on my page, so I had to have her come back so we can do a prom look. And I know I'm a little late for the prom looks, but still, I still want to teach you guys just how to do a very cutesy raw type of beat. And y'all be saying, Lachey, come a little harder. We want to see some glitter, some color. So I've been, reaching out for the girls who are sick of the soft beats, sick of the one shade shadows. So this is the video for you. To cleanse the face, I went in with an eczema pad just to avoid any type of breakouts, and we want to have a clean base. For moisturizer, I went in with my hydrating cream from Tasha, which is one of my favorite creams to keep the face dewy and fresh. And then I wanted to try this new N1X face glue, and y'all, this is my first time trying it, and I felt in love. I love how sticky. It's a very good primer to me. I love primers that sticks real good to the skin, just because it will help for your foundation to be long lasting, your full face to be long lasting. So I love that. So y'all go try that and let me know how you feel about it. So right now I'm going in with my soft matte long wear foundation from NARS in the shade New Caledonia, and I'm just beginning to blend out those swatches just so you can have a buildable base. And y'all, this color match is tea, okay? So if you're her skin tone, baby, this is your foundation shade. I know I'm gonna get the ones in the comments, oh my gosh, she's using an applicator on every single client. You're 1000% wrong. So for the girls who book with me, they already know this is 100% facts. And I'm a germaphobe as well. I'm very organized. I have a thing with germs, everything like that, 100%. But if you love when you do your own makeup, and it's the thing about using the applicator when you apply your foundation, any type of creams, and it just glides along and it applies so well. And that's why I'm so obsessed with using the applicator. But I want to find out a very sanitized way on how to do it. So I go in with my stainless steel palette. You guys can get it from Amazon, so go look it up. And what I do is I get a stick and I get as much as product as I want and put it on that stainless steel palette, and that's when I'm using the applicator. And when I'm done with using those applicators, I begin to wipe it off and sanitize the applicator and put it right back into the bottle of where I'm getting it from. So it will be no germs, anything, nothing like that. So the concealer that we used today was Born This Way concealer. I used 3 different shades. So the first shade I went in with was the shade Butterscotch. Then the second shade to brighten up the areas was in the shade Cookie. And then on the side right here, as you guys see, I went in with the shade Spice Rum. For contour, I went in with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Espresso. I love me some full coverage concealer, and yes, you can use this for contour. So like I said, it's no rules to makeup. Do what you gotta do, okay? And it's very least expensive. I love getting this. You guys can get it from Ulta, Walmart, CVS. This is one of my favorite low-end concealers. And make sure you go in with your contour shade to be at least 2 to 3 shades darker than your original skin tone. Also, the liquid blush that we used today was from e.l.f. Cosmetics. Before it's time to set, you have to make sure that you blend out all the edges, blend out the concealer, just so everything can be full coverage and smooth before setting. Remember to use 2 different powders. You'll use a powder that will complement those bright areas, and then you'll use a powder for the remaining of the face to set that's closest to her original skin tone, just to have a long-lasting base. Now it's time to also set your cream contours and blush. You'll be going in with any type of bronzer that's at least 2 to 3 shades darker than the original skin tone, the same as the creams. I went in with the Morphe palette and the shade Supreme. Once I found this blush from Juvia's Place, I feel like it's so cutesy. I love me a Barbie blush. That's just for any type of beat. For the ones who don't love blush, kudos to you. But I just been so in love with my blush. And yes, even if you don't want to use blush, you could just remain to have that sun-kissed bronze type of look. Just going with more of like a darker blush. So right now, I'm just setting, getting ready for baking process. I'm snatching her features. We're going to snatch underneath her cheekbones and also along the bridge of her nose, just to have everything snatched on up. And these are the 2 powders that we use from Huda Beauty. Very full coverage, long lasting, waterproof setting powders, which is the ones I love so much. And now it's time to get ready for the eyebrows. Yes, I do eyebrows last. I love the finishing look of eyebrows last, and I just been doing that for a while now. I'm going in to lay down her brow hairs with some dual lash glue, just to avoid any type of hair getting in the way. I want everything laid down and out of the way, and also just to have a long lasting brow. So I'll begin to conceal her normal brows in the normal shape, just to see how I will have it outlined. I'm going in with the same concealers that we used for her face and a flat brush from Morphe. Now it's time to blend and build up that coverage on the eyelid just to get ready for the prep of the eyeshadow. You want everything to be full and long lasting. And now it's time to set that area with some airspun translucent powder just so you can get ready to go on with your eyeshadows. And also you guys can see me setting those eyebrows just so it could be easy for me to glide along and fill in those brows. The first shade we went in with more like a warm tone, and then we'll go to darken up just to have that gradient effect, because yes, we are starting off doing a smoky eyelid. So you will be going in with 3 shades: a brown that is warm tone, then you'll go in with like a darker brown that's a little bit more towards a blackish, and then in the center you'll be going in with a jet black full coverage eyeshadow. And the key to doing a perfect smoky eyelid is make sure that you can see the gradient effect of the colors. So just think about a sunset. You see every different color blended in as one, but you want to still see the difference of the 3 colors. So you should still see your brown, you should still see your dark brown, and you should still see your black. You do not want everything blended together. For this look, you guys can go to the OG favorites. You guys can get the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. Now it's time to spice it up a notch. So we're going in to do like this faded type of cut crease lining of glitter. So it's just a simple line using your any type of glue that you want to use, but I use the dual lash glue. So you'll just be forming this line and you'll be building up the shimmer. So the first line is going to be very thin, y'all. So not think you not doing it right. It's just going to be a simple just act like you're doing a line to form a half cut crease, but you're stopping in the middle of the eye. Then you'll begin to build it up. You're going with more glue just to get it to your desire of pop. So the more I just begin to pat some more glitter and make sure those eyes are even. You have to stand back in front of your client when you're doing anything, eyebrows, eyeshadow, even when it comes to contouring, make sure the face is even. So right now I'm going in with some glitter, and then also this pressed glitter right here is from J. LaRue Cosmetics in the shade white gold, and I love it so much. And also I did notice that it was not even, so when I stood back I had to make sure that glitter was even. So now I'm going in to fill in the brows. I'm going in with the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen in shade Espresso. You guys will see me just filling it in and drawing along, and also you'll be doing detailed brow hairs in the front, so you just have to go up and down and just make sure you're forming it in the form of her original brow. Now, do not be scared when it comes to filling in the brows. Sometimes it will be big, but remember, when you're filling in the brows, that is normal. You still can go back in with some concealer and shape it out a little bit more, as you guys can see me doing now. And all you have to do is begin to go in with like a smaller brush, just because you'll be in a tight area where you still want that concealer part to show, and you still want your eyeshadow to still be popping in there. So as you guys can see, I'll go in with a smaller brush just to blend out that concealer after trying to shape up the brows as much as I can. Off camera, I went in with some ink lock gel liner to tight line her bottom, and then I'll begin to smoke it out with a dark brown. And y'all already know the queen, I gotta be extra. That's one thing about me, I have to be a tad bit extra. So I'm going in to do a cat eye. I love an inner corner cat eye. It really snatches up the look and it advances the look 10 times more. And I know a lot of my beginners who watch me, I know you guys are wishing to perfect your inner corner cat eye, but when I tell you guys, when I was a beginner, I did not, when they request this and I knew I couldn't do it, I just didn't do it. I didn't want to make anybody upset, because the thing with doing a inner corner cat eye, you have to learn how to perfect it. You have to know your limits and you have to keep it small as possible, okay? Because normally when I was a beginner, baby, them inner corner cat eyes was so big, them girls looked like a clown. It was so dark, so long, so big. So I just always told the girls, hey, I don't feel comfortable with doing it as a beginner, and they understood. Because I mean, you know, better luck that I just feel safe with knowing what to do. And for the ones who need a little bit more advice with being a beginner, one thing I can say is continue to practice on models as much as you can. Do not be quick to want to just get an income and just start people right away, because honestly, I look at TikTok a lot and I be want to give people advice and help them out. Some people do not want to be helped. You can tell them like, hey, I feel like you should work on this. Some people feel like in their head they're doing fantastic. So if you like it, I love it, okay? But for the ones who want good advice towards your business when it comes to your makeup, make sure you guys reach out for help. A closed mouth do not get fed. I always tell y'all that. But then again, like I said, continue to practice on your models until you feel like you're getting a good clientele. You're getting more clients coming in. You see your growth in your following. You see your growth even in your craft, and you see like, okay, the makeup's starting to look like the stuff I'm inspired by. Then that's when you can start getting paid for it. Now it's time to get ready to take away that baking. So I went in with the MAC Studio Fix Press Powder in the shade NC55 and NW44. And to set the remaining of her face as well, I'm went in with the MAC Studio Fix Press Powder in the shade NW48 and NW50. Press powders, make sure you have two different shades. A shade that complements the bright areas and a shade that brings the whole entire look together, original skin tone press powder. Now it's time to spray the face. I went with the Revolution spray, and also off camera I went with the Morphe in the one size. And now I'm just fanning her face. And I had to switch the lighting because I want you guys to see her real true skin tone and just look. Oh my god, when I set that face to get a smooth under eye, once you set the face, make sure you get a puff pad and you go in with the same press powder again in those areas, and you just pat it on them areas, and that's why it looks so smooth. Y'all, I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love this technique. She looks so good. And honestly, I moved to a different location. Once I had my baby, I also wanted to move to a different studio location, and I'm trying to find the perfect lighting on what I used to have. When you're moving and just having a change in your life, it's good for new beginnings, and it just shows you that, hey, don't get too comfortable in life. You have to switch it up a little bit more, get out your comfort zone, and that's what a real boss is, okay? And I wanted to just get some clusters, and I wanted to customize the clusters. So what I do is I got the pan of clusters, I'm sorry for the tongue twister, and I ripped away some of the hairs from it just so it won't be too thick. I want it to look more realistic, like she has extension lashes on. And I know this lash on the other eye and it looks like it's twisted in the front. Girl, I hated how that looked, so I twisted it and I fixed it once I finished recording. But right now I'm going in with some highlighter. I'm going in with the Urban Decay in the shade Cosmic, and also I went in with some more of that shimmer from the J. LaRue loose glitter, just to have her pop in the dark and just have that face glistening. And also you guys can use the Kiss highlighter. I love their bronze highlighter. It's so tea, and this came out so
other than that,
raw.
this look came out so cute, so cutesy.
So
and
fierce.
I had to dim the lights
really
just to show you guys the real
melanin of her skin.
because I haven't
This
did it
came
in so
out
long,
so
and it came
gorgeous.
out so cute.
And remember what I
look.
say, when it comes
you
to
guys
highlighter, just make sure you do it in a way where you feel like it's enough but not too much. And this just ate down. If she was to go to prom, y'all would have knew Lachey had killed that face, y'all. So make sure you guys comment down below, tell me how you like this video. Click the big thumbs up if you love this video. Also click the notification bell so you can be the first to see whenever Lachey Glams post, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. It's a page where you'll learn all the gems. I love you guys so much. This is your girl from Miami. I'm a Miami makeup artist, so whenever you come down here, you want your face be down, just come to me, girl. And if you want to learn your one-on-one, or even I do virtual Zoom sessions, you guys can go book that. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.